Hello, class. This is Dr. Nathan Herman. I want to take just a few minutes here, not much of your time, just a few minutes to help you as you prepare to do your first Christian Evidences paper, the essay set. And so let me just jump right into it. First of all, you'll notice in the first essay set you have 3 prompts, and you need to answer each prompt in 2 to 3 pages. If you don't have a full 2 pages, you're going to get points deducted. So not 1.5 pages, not 1.8. You need 2 full pages, and then no more than 3 pages. And then also, I want to know very clearly which prompt you are answering in a particular section. So use section headings. A section heading, prompt 1, and then prompt 2, prompt 3. Also, let me be very clear, you don't need to repeat the prompt. Do not repeat the prompt, and if you do, I'm going to deduct points for that, and if you do, it's also not going to count towards the minimum length of 2 full pages. So use section headings, make sure it's 2 full pages. I want to see you're interacting with the sources. Craig's source, the Habermas source. You don't read much of Habermas before the first essay set is due, but there is some good information in the Habermas source if you want to look into that about the historical existence of Jesus Christ. Look at the Kamazuski source, Dr. Foreman's lectures, particularly in week 3, about the issues of the person of Jesus Christ, and he talks about how some in church history have tried to separate the Christ of faith from the Jesus of history. Also, the prompts are set up in an informal manner. What would you say? What would you do if you were in this conversation? But it's an academic paper. So do not sermonize. Don't devotionalize. I pastor a church, so I preach sermons and I do devotionals, and that's good and that's appropriate. But this is an academic paper, not a sermon. So keep it academic. And also, I strongly recommend that you avoid personal pronouns. In academic writing, it's not usually appropriate to say, I think this, or we ought to do this, so avoid personal pronouns, first-person pronouns. And then also, let me make another statement that oftentimes students misinterpret the second prompt, which is, why is it important to affirm the historicity of Jesus Christ? Now, to affirm the historicity of Jesus Christ is to say that he actually existed in history. There is not just the Christ of faith, but there was actually Jesus who lived in history. So why is that important? In other words, why is it important to say that Jesus truly existed? Because a lot of students look at that prompt and they interpret it to mean, why is it important for me to know about the history of Jesus? Affirming the historicity of Christ means to affirm his historical existence. It doesn't mean to know the history of Jesus like you would study the history of the Civil War. That's not the point. Also, proofread your work. If there are numerous grammatical errors in your paper, that's going to affect your grade because you won't be able to demonstrate good understanding. You're not going to be communicating your thoughts clearly, so proofread your work. If you struggle with grammar, I strongly recommend that you reach out to the Writing Center, or if you have a friend or a family member who's really good at grammar, let them read your paper and mark it up. So grammar, if you don't have good grammar, that's going to affect your grade. So proofread your work. I think that's all the comments I have, but again, just real quick, keep it academic. This is an academic paper. Interact with the sources. If you submit a paper and there's no interaction with sources, you're not going to pass the assignment. Interact with the sources and give yourself plenty of time to complete the assignment, to do it well. I'll be praying for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, email me, and I usually respond to email fairly quickly. So email me with any questions that you have, because I want you to do well. I want you to succeed in this course. I pray that God is with you, and may God bless you.